What is life really like in China on $1,300 a month? In the last video, I showed you my income. I work 26 days a month, 12 hours a day, base salary, overtime pay, and bonuses. All together, it comes to 8,748 yuan, which is about $1,283 USD. That's roughly enough to buy a 256GB iPhone 17 Pro. With this kind of income, what level would that be where you live? But for me, income is only part of life. What really matters more is how the money is spent, because these expenses determine what kind of life you live. So in this episode, I want to show you a more real side, how my salary is spent bit by bit and whether I can actually save anything over a year. Hello everyone, I'm John, an ordinary working class man living in China. We live on the edge of the city. There are no high-rise buildings here, mostly just regular housing and industrial buildings around us. The three of us in my family rent a place here. The rent for this place is 450 yuan per month, about $66 USD. Of course, the furniture and appliances in the apartment were all bought little by little over time. Including utilities, we spent a total of 744 yuan last month. The electricity here is about 35% higher than the normal rate charged by the landlord. In this apartment, the biggest electricity users are the water heater and the air conditioner. But we only use the air conditioner when it gets especially hot in the summer. The rent is relatively cheap, partly because the location is a bit remote and also because there's a large supply of housing in this area. For me, being able to rent a place like this is already something I'm quite satisfied with. The second part is food expenses. When I'm working, I usually eat breakfast and lunch outside. Sometimes my wife prepares breakfast for me. Eating out costs about 500 yuan a month. Then there are the household daily expenses, which are around 1,000 yuan, including groceries, rice, seasonings, and gas. Recently, one change has been very noticeable. Gas has gone from 120 yuan per tank to 170 yuan per tank, an increase of nearly 40%. The cost of living is slowly going up as well. For groceries, we mainly shop at a nearby market. Sometimes we go to the supermarket because some things are actually cheaper there. Our diet is mainly vegetables and pork. We occasionally eat chicken, duck, and fish, but we rarely buy beef because it's relatively expensive, around 85 yuan per kilogram. To make life a bit more varied, we often make dumplings at home. Next are the expenses for our child. My child is now 1 year and 8 months old and still drinks formula. We use about 2 cans a month, which costs 550 yuan. Adding diapers, toys, snacks, and clothes is about another 200 yuan. So overall, my child expenses are around 750 yuan per month. Then there are communication and internet costs. I have a computer that I use for work and occasionally for entertainment. The internet costs 600 yuan a year, which averages to 50 yuan per month. Adding 150 yuan for my wife's and my phone bills, this come to 200 yuan in total. For transportation, I usually ride a bicycle for short distances. But I also have a car, which I use on weekend to take my child out or when we go back to our hometown. The car expenses mainly have two parts. Insurance costs 2,400 yuan a year, which is about 200 yuan per month, plus around 150 yuan for fuel. So the total monthly cost for the car is about 350 yuan. Recently, fuel prices have risen to over 8 yuan per liter. For me, this has become a more and more noticeable expense. The third part, beyond my small family, there is a bigger expense, the mortgage on my hometown house. That year, my parents and I pooled together the down payment to buy that house. Since then, I've been making fixed monthly mortgage payments. Right now, it's 1,784 yuan per month for a total of 20 years. That house is mainly lived in by my parents and my nephew. As for me, I rarely go back. Even though I'm the one paying the mortgage, I don't live there myself. But for me, at least it gives my family a stable place to live. In China, a house is sometimes more than just a place to live. It can affect your life in practical ways. For example, in some places, housing can affect marriage decisions. If you don't own an apartment or if you still live in the countryside, you may face certain real limitations when it comes to marriage. Besides these, there are also some miscellaneous daily expenses, things like tissues, cleaning supplies, occasionally buying fruit and snacks, and taking the family out on weekends. Altogether, that's about 500 yuan per month. Adding up all the expenses for a family of 3, our monthly cost of living is about 5,800 yuan. Last month, I took 5 days off, and my take-home pay was 8,748 yuan. After all expenses, there's about 2,900 yuan left each month. If calculated this way, I could save around 35,000 yuan in a year. But the reality, saving money isn't that simple. When it comes to saving money, I think there are only two ways, either increase income or control spending. For us, right now, we are doing more of the latter. So here's the question. What does my daily life actually look like? When trying to save money, what do I usually eat at work? How does our small family manage our spending little by little? I'll share all of this in the next video. So why is it so hard to actually save money in real life? In my income structure, overtime pay makes up about 18%. If company order decrease and there's less overtime, my income will drop as well. During important holidays, I also give money to my in-laws and my parents. Last Chinese New Year, I spent about a full month's income. In the short term, this income can basically support our small family, but in the long run, relying on just my income still brings a certain amount of pressure. In the future, my wife will also need to return to work. What I worry about the most is actually health. Mine and my family's, my stomach has never been very good, and this time I had to go to the hospital again to get medicine. Right now, my medical insurance doesn't fully cover all the costs. At the beginning of 2025, I had a case of pancreatitis. It was quite dangerous at the time. So for me, health is actually the most important thing. As time goes on, expenses for my child will keep increasing and costs for my parents will gradually rise as well. Where I live, supporting one's parent is a very natural responsibility. This is how my salary is spent, and this is my life. Thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next video.